A picture of Americana. Marching bands and beauty queens mix with politicians each September in Buena Vista to become the epicenter of Virginia politics.
Good to see y'all. Hi, man. Thank you. Bob McDonnell, running for governor.
This year, Virginia and New Jersey are the only two states in the union electing a new governor. And no matter where you live, the results will likely have national implications. The Democrat running for Virginia's highest office is State Senator Creed Deeds, who often introduces himself on the stump as a country guy with 4 kids, 4 horses, 5 ponies, and a donkey named Harry S. Truman.
Good luck to you. Thanks very much.
He's hoping to ride into the governor's mansion on the popularity of the Commonwealth's 2 Democratic senators and governor. But first, he'll have to get past his longtime political foe, Republican and former Attorney General Bob McDonnell, another family man with 5 children and a military background. McDonnell has beat Deeds statewide before, but this time Deeds has a powerful ally. As chairman of the Democratic National Committee, Virginia Governor Tim Kaine holds the number to a rich bank account. McDonnell is well-funded too. But this year, fat campaign chests may have little impact against headwinds blowing in from across the Potomac River. Just as this Labor Day parade here in Buena Vista is part of Virginia's political fabric, so too is another tradition that political analysts depend on to help predict who will win. One that has less to do with the candidates and more with the messages voters want to send to the White House.
Fundamentally, I do think it's related to President Obama and President Obama's controversial health care proposal, the fact that the economy still hasn't stabilized, at least in the view of many Americans. And all these things play into the vote.
It was a volatile summer. So much action from the president and Democratic-controlled Congress turned out to be more change than some Americans could believe in. Voters turned out in droves to town hall meetings in August, many getting involved in emotional exchanges with their representatives.
You know, everybody is concerned about this health issue.
I think it's very important with 5 small kids, especially with health care and education, that more than ever, I think it's important.
Both Deeds and McDonnell have received campaign donations from across the country, but McDonnell has received more. Out of a total of more than $14 million raised, nearly half of McDonnell's donations have come from out of state. Out of Deeds' nearly $8 million raised, about a third are from outside the Commonwealth.
This race will not be decided on money. It will be decided on the trends of politics, the countervailing winds that we see this year, national issues, state issues, and the quality of the candidates.
Every 4 years since 1978, Virginians have elected governors from the party opposite of that represented in the White House. In New Jersey, it's been the same trend since 1989. Social conservatives are watching the Virginia race closely. Early in the race, Deeds used McDonnell's pro-life stance and voting record on abortion to paint him as out of touch with mainstream Virginians.
I talk about the social issues only to demonstrate to the world that these have been his priorities over the past number of years. That's going to inform what sort of governor he's going to be.
McDonnell made national news when a thesis he wrote in his 30s as a graduate student at Regent University surfaced.
Remember the thesis, Virginia. Don't forget the thesis. Be educated.
Entitled The Republican Party's Vision for the Family, McDonnell wrote about women in the workplace, homosexuality, and abortion. He maintains strong traditional families are the best hedge of protection against crime, dropouts, and welfare, but has backpedaled from his writings on women in the workplace.
My daughter's been in Iraq, was in Iraq when I got elected Attorney General. My 2 oldest daughters have master's degree. My wife has worked most of our marriage. I strongly support women's tremendous contributions to our economies.
Deeds says he expects President Obama to be as helpful as he can be to his campaign, but appears to be distancing himself from the president's brand of politics. At a recent debate, when asked if Obama is his kind of Democrat, Deeds paused before saying, quote, "I'm a Creed Deeds Democrat." As one of only 2 political shows in town this year, the Virginia governor's race is expected to set the tone for the midterm congressional elections next year. Political analysts are watching to see if the political trends of the past decades hold up.
That's a good tune.
Governor Kaine is working hard to make sure they don't. Jennifer Wishon, CBN News.